Welcome back to the Grumpy Petrolhead channel, and we've got the new bearing, so we're going to put the new bearing into the mighty Laverda Jota. So can't wait, let's crack on. Old bearing, new bearing, casing, but we've got to get the new bearing in. I thought before I start, just to make sure and I don't get myself into any bother, is to double check that the new bearing is exactly the same size as the old bearing. So I've got my verniers and I'm going to measure it. So I have a plan. Hopefully it's all going to go to plan, but we shall see. There's only one way of finding out, isn't there? So the bearing, I'm going to put it in here, obviously, and I'm going to put it so that the bearing identification number is on the outside. Just might make it easier for someone else in the future when they're ordering a bearing. And I've also got a socket of the appropriate size, a drift, you could call it. No, it's a socket. So I've got to make sure that the socket will fit the outside of the bearing. So I only want to drift down on this tough outside of the bearing. I don't want a socket smaller than that, so I don't want it to hit on the inner race because that will damage it. So I've got that exactly the right size. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not, but I also have a lump of wood which I can help use the drifter in, and also an appropriately weighted hammer. Not too big, not too small. Reckon I can get a good blow with that. And of course I've got my new butane lighter to get it nice and hot. So let's see what happens. Oh, not needed. Well, let's let that cool down, and hopefully it's as easy as that. While that's cooling down, I'm going to make sure this is all nicely pre-oiled. And but maybe I'm overthinking this, but that bearing dropped on very easily, didn't it? And I'm thinking, can it come loose? But it is a captive bearing, so it can't really go anywhere. And of course, the end of this crank's not going to get as hot as if I'm blowing it with a blowtorch. So I guess it's okay. But yes, it was just something I was thinking about. I would rather I sort of tapped it in with a bit of resistance, but yeah, I'm probably overthinking it. I'm sure it's fine. Well, it's cooled down now and it does seem nice and solid. So it seems to be gripping fine. There's a little bit of heat there left, but yeah, that's looking good. So we're going to put the tensioner back in and oil it up and see if we can get it back together. I've noticed this tension's got a tapered side. So if you put the flat end in to the cover side, then when we're trying to wiggle it on, that taper will help us find or locate the hole to where it's going. So that's handy. Put a little bit of grease on this gasket so it sticks, so I can locate it easier. I'm not going to use gasket sealant. This casing's going to have to come off. I don't know, I'll probably take it off in 1,000 miles to check that chain tensioner. So as it's going to be coming on and off a bit, I don't want it to stick and rip. So we'll see if we get any leaks. I suspect it will be fine. Primary chain adjuster. So we take the domed nut off. Now this bolt is threaded, so we turn the actual adjuster so that it goes tight, which is there, and we back it off between 1.5 and 2 turns. Half, 1, half. I'm going to turn the engine over a few times and repeat this to make sure there's no sort of tight spots I'm feeling in the chain. And then once that's done, we tighten up the lock nut, which has got the my newly annealed washer to stop any oil leaks. Put the dome back on. I've seen some people say that you do this while the engine's running and you screw it in until the engine whines, and then, or you can hear the chain whine, and then you screw it back a bit until the whining stops. I might try that, but I'm not convinced about doing it that way. But I'm going to do it the normal way, if you like, and see what the engine sounds like, see what the primary chain sounds like. So it might be a little bit of trial and error on this. So I'm going to initially try it at 1.5 turns. When you get to this stage of putting the oil in, you have a rising sense of excitement, don't you? Because you know that shortly we'll be starting the bike. And that always is exciting. Especially with this Laverda. It's always a sense of occasion when I fire this up into life. I hope you'll get some sense of that when we do film it. You impressed? Yes? Well, let's see if the mighty Jota's going to start, and let's see if we've fixed it. It's exciting, isn't it? Well, that was great fun and successful. No leaks, bike's running, fantastic. So, very pleased. And I forget how much fun this bike is when I haven't ridden it for a while. It's quite something. Well, thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, well done. And stick around, we'll do some more motorcycling and old bikes and old cars coming up on the Grumpy Petrolhead channel. And if you've got any comments, anything at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments. It's great to hear from you. And so hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.